MK characters again, including this hilarious exchange with Goro.
What are you doing here?
At ease, Shogun. I am looking for Quan Chi. Have you seen it?
I am Goro. I have been ordered to lift no one back under penalty of death.
My death? Were you...
Many fans have been asking for NRS to bring Conquest back since it hasn't appeared since the 3D era, but that has not happened. Is Conquest Mode something you want back in Mortal Kombat? Let me know in the comments. MK11 Radio Silence. MK11 Radio Silence refers to a period during Mortal Kombat 11 when the developers gave no insight.
Oh, nothing but the welcome. What can I interest you in? Your weapons are in good hands, mate. I'll see you right. I'll buy almost anything. Thank you. A deal well struck. If you want a fighting chance out there, you best tune up your kit. Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less. Wielded, pleasant trap. Welcome. Ooh, what you buying? Ruby's all rubbish, it makes no difference. The price, well, that's our choice to make. Thank you. A well-tuned weapon can make up for a lack of skill, friend. Mold, there you are, as you wished. Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less. Your valuables won't do you much good in the grave. Ah, I'll buy it at a high price. Your weapons are in good hands, mate. I'll see you right. This kind of work is about finesse, stranger. Little bit goes a long way. You'll see. See how that feels, mate. A fella like yourself should notice the difference right away. Ruby's all rubbish, it makes no difference. The price, well, that's our choice to make. Not bad. Knife needs care every once in a while. Could be the difference between life and death. Try that on for size. I'll buy almost anything. Anything else I can help you with, come back anytime.
What was that? Who do you think he set on fire?
Oh, she actually.
Since it was rated TVY7, there was no blood and minimal violence. It was canceled after one season and also ended on a cliffhanger.
Raiden is right. We have failed, Princess.
Hold on. But one day, Outward will return to thee.
The songs will be happy. And the movie happens.
It will never lose.
It's not great, but it is worth a few laughs.
He kind of backed up.
This one references a legendary clip by YouTuber Burleigh, who mistakenly thought a character's backside was frost. Here's the clip.
Well, we said, what did that mean? Well, we did it, Raiden, show me. Raiden, show me who did it. He kind of backed up. Is that possible, right?
Double Ice Backfire. Double Ice Backfire is a reference specific to the original Mortal Kombat. If you froze an opponent using Sub-Zero and then tried to freeze them again, it would freeze you instead, resulting in a Double Ice Backfire. The Double Ice Backfire remained in subsequent Mortal Kombat games. Although the text would no longer appear, Sub-Zero would still freeze himself after throwing ice balls in rapid succession. The journey begins. Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins is a 1995 animated film, which served as a prequel to the incredible Mortal Kombat live-action film. It centers around Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, and Sonya Blade. Raiden assumed the storyteller role, explaining the origin of characters like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Shang Tsung, Goro, and even the Great Kung Lao. Although I remember it fondly from my childhood, it is pretty bad overall. The animation has not aged well. And although I remember really enjoying it as a kid because it was cool to see animated versions of these characters, it's just not great. Impale Move. Impale Move refers to a move in Deadly Alliance where certain characters could use their weapons to impale their opponent. Here's how it worked with Sub-Zero. After impaling the opponent, the weapon would remain in them until the end of the round while slowly draining their health. The impale move was absent from Deception but returned presumably by mistake in Armageddon, only for Sub-Zero and Molina. Executing the impact in Armageddon is somewhat complicated, but it is possible. I was able to figure it out with Sub-Zero, but couldn't get it to work with Molina. This move has to appear in another game since. MK4 Skins. This entry is vague, but I'm pretty sure it refers to the alternate Mortal Kombat 4 costume, nowadays known as skins, which were a new addition to MK4. Almost every character in this game had an alternate costume, and characters like Sub-Zero and Noob Saibot had two alternate costumes. You can select the alternate costumes by holding Start over your desired character and pressing any button to rotate the character's portrait. The number of times you rotated a portrait indicated which costume you ended up with. Of all the MK4 alternates, Reptiles is my favorite, but Scorpion and Sub-Zero are close to me. If that's not what this entry is referring to, it could be addressing the fact that MK4 skins are few and far between in recent games, with the exception of Quan Chi and MKX. PTSD Stories. PTSD Stories refers to NetherRealm Studios employees reportedly suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder while working on Mortal Kombat 11. An article published by Kotaku alleged that an unnamed NRS employee was subjected to watching graphic videos of people dying. This allegedly resulted in the employee suffering from PTSD and finding it difficult to live a normal life. NRS never commented on these allegations, and the article was published just 1 month after MK11 launch. We will likely never know the extent of what NRS allegedly subjects their employees to in order to bring these gruesome fatalities to light. However, at the very least, it seems reasonable that NetherRealm would want additional research done to make the gore seem at least relatively accurate. Either way, there was never any follow-up to the initial PTSD article, so it's hard to say whether or not it's true. Have a nice day. Have a nice day refers to several non-canonical Mortal Kombat endings that conclude with the line, have a nice day. Shout out McFoley. The two examples
No.
in mind are Raiden's ending in the original Mortal Kombat, where he wins the tournament and it results in a battle between gods before the universe just ends. Shang Tsung's ending in MK2 also pays homage to the Have a Nice Day line, where if he wins, he takes over Earthrealm with demon soldiers and plunges Earth into eternal darkness. 26 years after the last Have a Nice Day reference, Shang Tsung's MK11 ending features a fun callback to the Have a Nice Day lines.
In my new era, morality will be exposed as the illusion is. The venom, prosper, rattle, suck, and step into the world of Shang Tsung. Have a nice day.
Combat Pack 3. Combat Pack 3 refers to the rumored third combat pack for MK11 that unfortunately never happened. Reports indicated that the DLC would have featured Ermac, Takeda, and Hollister. Sadly, Warner Brothers and NRS ended support for MK11 in July 2021 before KP3 could get off its. It's a shame because we never got in this iconic costume. Hornbuckle and Torch. Hornbuckle and Torch are the two characters depicted in the background of the Pit 2 stage in Mortal Kombat 2. These two characters were mysterious, with some believing they could be unlocked. Players back in the 90s respectively called these two Hornbuckle and Torch. The name Hornbuckle is derived from one of Jade's hints when she would appear before matches, which questioned Hornbuckle who. This was ultimately proven to be a reference to Leanne Hornbuckle, who received special credit in the Super Nintendo version of MK2. Torch got his name because he was covered in fire. Midway would expand on these characters in later games. While Hornbuckle never received a proper name, Torch became Blaze, who debuted as a secret character in Deadly Alliance. His bio in this game references the background scene of the Pit 2, and it was later confirmed that Blaze was the creation of Dagon and Taven's mother. On his assigned quest, Blaze encountered two holy men, one presumably being Hornbuckle, on the Pit 2 bridge. They ultimately captured and enslaved him, forcing him to be the protector of Onaga's egg, and later was the main antagonist in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. The character formerly known as Torch has been seen many times throughout the series, but Hornbuckle not so much. Onaga's Deception ending. Despite not being a playable character in Mortal Kombat Deception, the game's primary antagonist, Onaga, did have his own ending. It's rumored that he was initially supposed to be playable, but this was scrapped before release. Here's a look at the end.
My enemies have failed to prevent me from using all the weapons of the elder gods into one. I use this ultimate weapon toward reality, purging the realms into a singular existence. The elder gods rattle this, and I use the burning power in it. The gods of ages move to the ground. They will try to silence all of us. This administration is out of control. Gods like to steal congressional and wait for 2026 election. We have to fight back. Opposition, the election rigging was contract. People run. The cowards is not Trump's power. And protect our fundamental rights. But the not in all 50 states. Oh, yes, not 50. I can see in the void beyond the one realm. Not satisfied with merely ruling the one realm, I seek all to exist and urged it into myself. There can be only one consciousness. I am everything. I have become the one
Woman in Jade's MK9 ending. The Woman in Jade's MK9 ending was the subject of much discussion back in 2011 through Mortal Kombat 11. She appeared shimmering and nameless, and it was revealed that she had been watching the game's events as they unfolded.
Shao Kahn was defeated, but the intense battle rendered Jade unconscious. She slipped into a dreamlike state and found herself walking in an unknown way. As she explored, the surroundings shifted and changed. Jade approached a lone figure who stood in a distance. She did not reveal her name, but spoke with an air of regal authority. Through the minds of countless players, the woman had been watching events as they unfolded over the centuries. She informed Jade that Shao Kahn's death was now coming to must be. Jade was defenseless, and women possessed her body.
Many fans saw this as an opportunity to do something great. Could this potentially be not so much. She ended up just being Jade's mother, as confirmed by one of the Mortal Kombat 11 writers, Descendant of Apep. The Descendant of Apep is the character you control in the MK11 scripts. His ancestor, Apep, is Shujigo's guide in the Mortal Kombat Deception Conquest mode. The Descendant of Apep's fate is revealed in the Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath storyline, shown to be obliterated by a trap in the Shaolin Temple.
Excellent. The Shaolin was so diabolical.
Following up to this hero who gave us hours of gameplay, unlockables, and references in the crypts. Mortal Kombat Onslaught. Mortal Kombat Onslaught is an RPG mobile game which allows you to build a roster of fighters and battle other players. You can assemble a team of 10 fighters, including favorites like Raiden, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and more. The story centers around a quest to stop Shinnok, progressing through chapters with each featuring a well-known figure in the Mortal Kombat series. Let me know in the comments if you play this game and if it's worth checking out. MK Mystification. Mortal Kombat Mystification is the name given to Mortal Kombat Deception specifically in France. According to this 2004 article published by IGN, this occurred as a result of translation issues, because Deception translates to disappointment in French. This was a good idea, because Mortal Kombat Disappointment was the nickname I gave to Special Forces. This refers to the animated film Mortal Kombat Legends Snowblind, which occurs decades after the previous animated movie, Mortal Kombat Battle of the Realms, which depicted Liu Kang defeating Shao Kahn in the tournament. Kano is the primary antagonist in this film, who apparently survived Jack stopping his head in Scorpion's revenge. He conquered cities alongside the Black Dragon clan, and this film also features Kenshi, who loses his sight thanks to Shang Tsung. The ending reveals that Kano defeated Kronika, took control of the Hourglass, and created this separate timeline.
You do that. Well, to be honest, I watched it the first time I saw it. It's called One of His Hours. I can rewrite it.
The Snowblind timeline has been confirmed canon based on this line of dialogue in the MK1 storyline.
The Battle of the Chronicle Hourglass with the half-time experiment. Where there once was one timeline, now many. Each new timeline represents a different possible outcome of that battle. In mine, I became Time's Keeper. In yours, was you. In others, could be Jake, Lindell, even Kano.
And this exchange in the Kenshi mirror match.
You can keeper of time where you're from, until recently.
Devolution. Reptile's devolution refers to Reptile's steady transition from a human ninja with reptilian traits to a full-blown lizard. Reptile looked like a simple palette swap of Sub-Zero and Scorpion up until MK4. However, You could catch subtle yet noticeable references to his true saurian species in his moves and fatalities. In MK4, the developers stripped Reptile of any ninja qualities, making him a lizard instead. Although there was no explanation from the get-go, MK Deadly Alliance reveals that separation from other members of his race led to expedited devolution. He could no longer use a mask to disguise his true self. It's further expanded upon in an unlockable photo that Reptile's changing physical and mental state may be linked to his prolonged separation from his people. The longer he remains away from the matriarch, the more he regresses to a more primal state. In later games, Reptile's default appearance maintained a hybrid of ninja and lizard features, but most fans feel his MK4 and Deadly Alliance looks were some of the worst. Air combos. Air combos first appeared in Mortal Kombat Armageddon as a new addition to the combo system. In aerial combat, you could pop your opponent up and continue the combo while airborne. This concept was extremely busted, and it even led to Infinites, which broke the game wide open. As many of you know, air combos returned in MK1 and are important but much less broken this time. Welcome to Level 3, the first portion of the middle of the iceberg. The visual representation for this level is MK4 Reptile, the Screw. The Screw is an unused track that was slated to appear in Mortal Kombat 4 in the unused Giant Skull stage. This arena was specific to the N64 version and featured the Living Forest music instead. You can catch this song in the Mortal Kombat Project Mugen during the final fight with Shao Kahn. And an NFL Blitz for the arcade. And Mortal Kombat Conquest. Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer is a song that was supposed to be used in the final boss battle with Onaga in Mortal Kombat Deception. It ultimately didn't make the cut, as the developers allegedly said that it didn't fit the fight, but you could still find it on YouTube. Coffin FU. This refers to the Coffin unlockable system in the Deadly Alliance crypt. If you navigate to the Coffin FU and spend the currency to open it,
Bitch ass off
it's
me.
empty. The ultimate troll, Nimbus Terraflow. Nimbus Terraflow is a character that was rumored to be in the original Mortal Kombat game. This character was referenced several times by Electronic Gaming Monthly, an old gaming magazine. One passage I found alleges that the Kickboxer can be found in the Sega Genesis version, and that you have to input a code when Reptile appears and says, "Look to La Luna." In a follow-up from another EGM issue, the magazine credited Tom Grace of Wernersville, Pennsylvania, who supposedly found the character. It says you had to input this incredibly elaborate code while Reptile is on screen saying, "Look to La Luna." The game will then restart, and Nimbus will be playable. Later on in this bizarre story, it was revealed that Electronic Gaming Monthly manufactured this fake character as an April Fool's joke. Belloc. Belloc is a character that the developers claimed to add to Mortal Kombat Gold. According to Ed Boon, the team behind MK Gold didn't have enough time to finish Belloc.
Winstein Clinical White gives 2 shades whiter teeth, 24/7 teeth clipping protection. I recommend it.
If your mattress giving you legs, hands, and mattress drag, our sleep experts can match you with the most supportive mattress. Experience its jail-set speed of deep, uninterrupted sleep and now with the $500 mattress firm. Easy.
Let me craft this before I forget.
So he was scrapped with the character. However, Eurocom leaked screenshots of the character to a magazine. and you can see those here. Based on the pictures available, Belloc would have been a demonic character with a similar stature and movement style to Goro. It is currently theorized that Eurocom, who handled the publishing for Mortal Kombat Gold, retains rights to the character, and therefore it may never see the light of day. But you can still play as Belloc in various Mortal Kombat moving games. MK Fire and Ice. MK Fire and Ice refers to the sequel to Shaolin Monks that never saw the light of day. As the title indicates, the game would have revolved around Scorpion and Sub-Zero, featuring similar gameplay to the first Shaolin Monks game. In an article published by Game Informer, Ed Boon revealed that Fire and Ice was in the early stages of development before it was scrapped due to time and budget constraints. MK fans have been campaigning for a sequel for the last 20 years. Ed Boon has regularly mentioned it in various social media posts, even recently clarifying that the sequel would absolutely have Scorpion and Sub-Zero as the main characters. Will it ever happen? Who knows? But since Ed Boon keeps bringing it up, there's always a possibility. MK Ultra Girls. MK Ultra Girls is a rumored animated Mortal Kombat Kid series that was in development at Warner Bros. This news came to light via a Reddit thread from someone who allegedly worked on the show. The unknown individual provided in-depth details about MK Ultra Girls, while including the hashtag Release Mortal Kombat UG. It would have featured Kathy Haig in the lead role with an animation style similar to Teen Titans. There are theories that this MK Ultra Girls show was a hoax, but no official word from Warner Bros. Executives or anyone at NRS has ever come to light. Although it's an ambiguous concept, the characters set to appear in each show included Frost, Jackie Briggs, Melina, Takeda, and more. Rain would have been the antagonist, and King and Raiden, weirdly enough, were going to be teachers. Considering the title, it's fair to question the legitimacy of the show, but the leaks certainly made it seem genuine. Anyway, here are some rumored screenshots from this alleged scrap Kids Mortal Kombat show. Secret fight. This refers to a supposed secret fight discovered by famed Mortal Kombat data miner, the Finn. The fight would have occurred against Reptile and or Noob Saibot, the former of which wasn't even playable in the game. NetherRealm employees have said there are additional secrets that have not been uncovered in MK11, and this secret fight is presumably one of them. I found threads on Reddit and other social media platforms, but couldn't find proof that anyone figured out how to trigger this fight. After much research, I confirmed with the Finny that the secret fight remains undiscovered. Today, This entry refers to a hilarious audio glitch that would occur before the final battle with Shao Kahn in the MK9 story. The Emperor's dialogue would skip while delivering the line, "Today I become the Elder God."
Today, I become the Elder God. Today,
Monster. The Mortal Kombat series features many characters one could consider a monster. I believe this entry refers to a minor character in Mortal Kombat Deception. Voiced by Ed Boon, Monster appeared in Conquest mode inside the Nexus.
I am the Elder God. Your presence has been brought up to the place. The evil will be honored. You are the Satan. I am the Elder God's gift. Stand down.
Not bad.
He utilizes Scorpion's moveset and in-game model, while proclaiming himself to be the champion of the Elder Gods. Damashi later refers to Monster as a fighter with great strength. My research indicated Monster sports an alternate skin for Scorpion that was ultimately scrapped from the game. However, His position in the MK universe remains unknown, although you can play as Monster by using Action Replay, MKX for PS3 and Xbox 360. This refers to plans for Mortal Kombat X to have a PS3 and Xbox 360 port before it was cancelled. You can find box art for MKX on these consoles, and some people were even able to process pre-orders that were never fulfilled. The port was ultimately killed due to the slow phasing out of its generation and the difficulties getting MKX to work properly on these older consoles. MK Advance is perhaps the worst Mortal Kombat game ever. No hyperbole. It was an ultimate Mortal Kombat 8 Game Boy Advance port released on December 12, 2001. 6 years after UMK3 landed, Mortal Kombat Advance is universally panned for poor controls, impossible AI, and horrendous graphics. I've played it and can confidently say it's not fun. You can play a game like Special Forces ironically to poke fun, but Mortal Kombat Advance is just unenjoyable for anyone who plays it. In a similar vein, Mortal Kombat 4 for Game Boy Color also exists, arguably at the same level, if not worse. Developing studio Digital Eclipse took a 3D fighting game and converted it to a very limited handheld console, so it should come as no surprise that the end result was between 2D instead of 3D. Features 9 selectable characters, no combo system, no weapon, and a repetitive, annoying style. Overall, like Mortal Kombat Advance, it's a painful game to endure, putting it in the middle of Smoke and Nude Saibot famously joined forces for Mortal Kombat Descent, albeit this was done against Smoke's will. Nude Smoke has their own ending, but an unreleased solo ending for Smoke also exists. It depicts Smoke's manner to destroy the by Nude Saibot, and eventually breaking free of the curse. Here's the ending via YouTuber Rust Cole.
Oh man, I should have left when I had the chance.
Smoke is never just
The is a hidden Easter egg finisher in Mortal Kombat 2. You can perform this finisher only on the Armory stage using Raiden on the Sega Drive version of the Big Dish. You have to open the out and then press left, down, left, right, down, right, left, right. A test modes menu will appear. Head to the third page and toggle the really nasty options. Then, select Raiden and continue playing matches until you reach the Armory stage. Finally, defeat the opponent and input back, block from any distance in this way. This refers to the late Curtis McGovern, who worked for Bone Software on some console versions of MK. McGovern sadly passed away in 2016, but is forever immortalized as the infamous Gargano. Realm Open Up is a realm referenced in MK3, UMK3, and MK Trilogy. You can navigate to this realm by winning 100 consecutive matches, giving you access to this Gallagher-type minigame. You can also get to this realm by entering the combat code or playing on the Shao Kahn's train after beating the game. Once done successfully, you will see this screen telling you that you will be transported to another realm. MK Trilogy on the N64 had a game called Uruk Divide, I guess. And that brings you to the same minigame. Room open are the names Miller and Camacho spelled backwards. This refers to Mark Camacho, Gary Camacho, and Hank Miller, who are members of the development team. Uruk Divide supposedly references someone named Harry David, but I couldn't find out what relevance they have to this game. This entry refers to a supposed young Shujinko skin that was supposed to appear in Mortal Kombat 7. Data miners found an indicator of this skin's existence alongside some audio files related to this character. You can access and play as young Shujinko by using Action Replay, but this skin is not available in the unaltered detail. This is likely left out considering young Shujinko's age in the set. 50 Shades of Grey. Despite quite a bit of research on my end, I could not find anything with them 50 Shades of Grey. Based on the name, it's probably something I can't show on YouTube anyway, so we move on. This is Blue Blood. In early builds of MK11, Beerus had blue blood rather than the usual red blood. This was ultimately removed, and the NRS never addressed why, but you can catch glimpses of blue bloodstains on Beerus at certain points. Collector's Gold Blood. Similar to Beerus, certain MK11 images have indicated that Collector would have gold blood in the game. I found this one where his severed head clearly has gold blood in it, but this never made it to the final cut of Mortal Kombat 11. BKB menu. BKB menu is a hidden menu that exists in arcade versions of Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat. A website called the Punishing Floor uncovered these secrets that remained hidden for 20 years, and Your MK Arcade Source published a video addressing it. It's nothing crazy, but the options in the first few games include game audits, character endings, there's a spot where Ed Wings is sent below the people, and there's a method of entering your initiative into the high score screen. A 3 BJB menu offered a few more options, including the ability to unlock those including Classic Sub-Zero. You can also play the Galaga game Realm Open Up that I mentioned earlier using this menu. Cyber Reptile and Tremor are two characters that appeared in the MK9 and MK9 for PS Vita Challenge Towers, respectively. The former appears in Challenge 227, also known as Cyborg Absorb. This marks the first time we've ever seen Reptile cyber whatsoever. But in reality, it's the base Reptile with a skin. It's pretty cool to see, but it will probably never be fleshed out. On the other side, Tremor made his second appearance ever in the series in the Mortal Kombat 9 PS Vita Challenge Tower. You can find him in challenges 55, 100, and 148. You can play as him in the Challenge Tower. He utilizes chats to level 4. Welcome to level 4. This marks the halfway point on the iceberg and the final level of this video. The visual representation for this level is MKX Reptile. Sonic vs. Scorpion in chess. This refers to a clip called VG Unity that was meant to inspire people to vote. It features various video game and TV show characters interacting. But at 1 minute 17 seconds, you can catch a glimpse of Scorpion playing Sonic the Hedgehog in chess. The Blue Portal is like the regular portal in Mortal Kombat 2, but blue. This stage was specific to the Sega Genesis version, and it's where you would fight the 3 hidden characters. Wade, Luke, Dybot, rather than in Goro's lair like other versions. Starbridge. The Starbridge was a stage in Mortal Kombat Trilogy exclusive to the N64 version. It's a remake of the Pit 2, but with stars instead of clouds. This stage is where you can trigger the Chameleon fight, but it would ultimately occur in the Living Forest, with Tempest. The Tempest is an event caused by the God of Chaos that led Chaos Realm to descend into Chaos, giving it the name Chaos. As you can see, the Tempest event effectively fractured the realm and threw it into disarray. It serves as a symbolic object for order. The Syndicate He was originally meant to be a counterpart to Natara in Deadly Event, but that never happened. He is mentioned in Natara's Armageddon Battle, which explains he was corrupted by a vampire-killing sword known as Virtusha. He overcame the blade's mind control and sacrificed himself using the sword in the Netherlands to ensure it can no longer harm the kids. I'm not sure if there's a strong experience with that fan base out there, but he hasn't been mentioned since. Boy is a pink alpha ninja that Ed Boon has referenced many times over the last few years. The story goes like this. Back in 2022, a Twitter user asked Ed Boon if he had plans to create a new ninja. The Mortal Kombat co-creator explained his idea to make a pink ninja and named him Floyd, an ode to the band Pink Floyd. This draws from Rain being a purple ninja as in Prince's Purple Rain album. At some point, Boon hosted a Twitter space where he played various well-known songs. One such song, Mother, Pink Floyd. Based on Boone's track record, many took this as an indication that Floyd was coming to a Mortal Kombat. This brings us to Mortal Kombat 11, specifically within the crypt. If you head to the pit bottom and hang out there for a while, masked ninjas will periodically fall and land on the spikes, ripped to the goat and it's a purple, blue, but look at this one. That's clearly a pink one. But is it Floyd? Well, we don't really know, but it feels like an fast forward to MK1 in September 2023 to be exact. Data miner Duck Finley captured and shared code from MK1 that references Floyd. There's an in-game prompter that tracks how many times you've defeated this mysterious Floyd character. Various female ninja characters that appeared during the Battle of Armageddon in this game utilize the moveset of a character named Floyd. So there's reason to believe Floyd could be an upcoming character or is in the game somewhere. Lastly, I wanted to mention a tweet I found in 2012 where Ed Boon fielded a question about a pink ninja character. This is the earliest indication I could find of this character. Game Boy Goro player. This entry refers to Goro being a playable character in the Game Boy version of the original Mortal Kombat. Although many of you remember getting bodied by him on your quest to become Mortal Kombat champion, Game Boy players could dish out a beating as Goro. You could play as the Shokan by beating the game. Good luck. Wait for the end and hold up, left, select, and A for the title screen. Then you can control Goro with his fireball and invincibility. John Tobias's MK5. John Tobias's MK5 refers to
Stay cheating, your boy.
Mortal Kombat co-creator penned before leaving Midway. You see, Ed Boon and John Tobias helmed the Mortal Kombat franchise from the original game through MK4. However, Tobias left the studio during the production of Special Forces to pursue other creative ventures. At the time, Midway was in the early stages of development of MK5, the game we all know now as Deadly Alliance. I researched this subject on this episode of Mortal Kombat, which featured John Tobias. Here's a summary of what John Tobias had in mind for MK5 before he left the project. That was to advance the story and move it into a new generation of fighters. Tobias wanted to make these fighters with the mold of their predecessors. He thus mentioned that his idea was for Liu Kang to die inexplicably and that his son would take the reins. The characters familiar with Liu Kang would teach his son about Mortal Kombat and effects before. Sub-Zero would have played a significant role, while a Scorpion would have just been there as his own head. I really recommend checking out this episode because it offers a lot of information about the early Mortal Kombat days. This refers to a Reddit fan theory that centers around Aaron Black's MKX. The gunslinger earned immortality in exchange for assassinating an unknown Earthrealm warrior.
There you go.
Really want to do Aaron Black fire that so this has to and slowly black.
Red Diesel DC-37 theorized that this warrior was none other than the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. The writer explained that Honest Abe was a successful wrestler, no doubt earning the title of Aaron Black traveled 150 years into the past to accomplish this task. Since MKX launched in April 2015, This would put Aaron Black in April 1865, where he did the deed and pinned it on John Wilkes Booth. Definitely a wild theory, but absolutely understand something made from the couldn't find much on this theory, but this MKX extreme was titled there as a references to Alien and Chainsaw.
What's the nerve?
To expand on this a bit, some have said Alien is an extension of Chainsaw virtually capability. An experience which like Chainsaw, and there's a clear parallel to this. Many of the sorcerer moves and even his blow revolve around power structure and while Chainsaw is in on there. Although I will point out that a character who is presumably
now he's coming directly for our defense with a scheme to rig the next election. Prop 50, the election rigging responsible deserves independent research. And that's the stop restore China.
Big stop.
Look at that, what you will. Super unlockable. In 2004, there were rumors that super unlockables existed in mobile content. It was alleged that you can unlock certain characters of ridiculously difficult tasks. One forum post I found said you can unlock all super unlockable by including architecture with all characters and hitting every NPC in Conquest. The rumors ran wild on its but none of it has ever been sustained. Although the origin is unclear, I see theories that super unlockables became an idea because every that Deception featured more than 24 characters. So I guess Mataro, Fujin, and Kocho, who we'll cover later, Moloch's Herald. Moloch's Herald is the only monster's pet owl. He carries its mystical orb, otherwise known as that giant ball and that uses of the weapon. This orb contains Mulch's capacity. When it drops, the monster emerges from the front beneath. Based on his actual backstory, this concept looks abandoned, and you can find concept art in Deadly Alliance depicting Moloch's Deadly Alliance. Who first appeared in Deception, was initially slated to be in Deadly Alliance. He ultimately didn't make the final roster, but you can find concept art of Gairu in Deadly Alliance. One description even teases Gairu's inclusion in the next game. Not something I knew anything about before. Mythology Story 2000, the replay of the original MK Mythology Sub-Zero. A huge difference is that Mythology was released on consoles like PlayStation and PC, whereas Mythology Story 2000 was on Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. It's quite faithful to the source material, but that means the negative aspects are still present. The game is incredibly difficult to navigate. There's a dedicated button to turn your character around, and you can die without any ability to stop it. All the hits no warning, dying to random traps. The main character, of course, is Sub-Zero, and the level design is identical to Mythology. In place of the generic instant movies you find in Mythology proper, you would instead encounter some familiar faces, including Mortal Kombat 2 Jax, Mortal Kombat 3 Kano, Mortal Kombat 3 Sonya, and Mortal Kombat 3 Liu Kang for whatever reason. It's also worth noting that the Sub-Zero in this game is the same sprite used in Mortal Kombat 2. I played it for about an hour and can say it's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Though I will point out that the main guy is very confusing, and there was almost zero context as to what's going on in the story. I mean, look at the main menu. It's perhaps one of the most bizarre Mortal Kombat games I have ever seen. You can find copies of this game for the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, with the latter being an extreme. I found one eBay listing for an SNES copy of $50 for $32,000, which is priced at $175. The two versions of
Fuck, man.
was outlined by Catalog 99 as
Retarded ass faggot.
overall, it was pretty fun to play this platform. Anime Scorpion. I'm assuming Anime Scorpion refers to the MK Legends film, one of which is called Scorpion's Revenge. He appears in 3 of the 4 animated MK Legends movies, both by Patrick Sites. Scorpion's Revenge depicts the undead scout seeking revenge for the annihilation of humans. So it's basically a retelling of Scorpion's original attack. These films are solid, feature perfect animation and some seriously brutal attacks and kills. I recommend checking them out. I found out later that Anime Scorpion actually refers to the ultimate costumes and Deadly Alliance for the Game Boy Advance. You can unlock this costume in the trick for 200 points. It swaps the black Optimus costume out for blue instead. Here's what it looks like in action. I ultimately left in the part about Anime Scorpion from the MK Legends series because it really does deserve it. Baltic. Baltic is a mysterious character representing the core of the MK1 dialogue. Donald Astra and one was great. The running theory that this is the new ruler of this, the place shot from the previous 2 UTX. So, this next refers to a supposed, let's call it an inappropriate exchange between data and MKX that would only occur on Christmas Day. MK Warehouse website has it listed, but despite setting my chosen console to December 25th, I could not get it to work. Nor could I find it recorded anywhere. Needless to say, this one's pretty weird. Kochel is a 3-headed demon god that originated in Mortal Kombat December. Although this character doesn't appear in the game, you can find a shrine dedicated to Kochel in the Netherrealm within Conquest mode. Once arriving in the Netherrealm, a trio of challenges capture Chiquito with defeating Black Dragon members Cobra, Hero, and Fall. Although the quest indicated that once completed, Kochel would a portal would instead open before the Kochel shrine, which would ultimately teleport you back to where you started in the Netherrealm. The prevailing theory has it that Kochel stood the challenge, since you receive points after completing the quest. Others believe that Kochel is a super unlockable character. It's the topic of discussion. It's definitely weird, and it's why I love Conquest. Tyson indicates that some of the enemies in the Netherrealm would reference Kochel, but it is Odd Blazek. Odd Blazek is a character mentioned in the Mortal Kombat Deception Conquest mode. This exchange occurs in Chaos now, where an NPC says an old prison was built by Odd Blazek inside where the tried to bring order to the realm of mystical chaos. I searched Chaos Realm for hours, attempting to find which NPC said this line, but I had no clue. One can theorize that Odd Blazek had come Havoc. Basically, Havoc was originally before transitioning.
Straight cheating, man.
Nothing that confirms this theory, but this specific move in Armageddon, called Decaying Guard, added fuel to the fight. It remains a mystery whether Havoc was once inside Guard and was caused himself. Havoc's MK1 bio states that he is a member of the realm of Sidon, and before becoming Havoc, he was previously named Sidon. It's also important that Bob Razek refers to John Bob Razek. He worked as a producer on Mortal Kombat
Bitch.
User LK99 underscore LK722 massive leak. This one's crazy, so I hope you're ready. Back in 2022, a mysterious Reddit user with the 929 underscore LK434 underscore LK722, an obvious reference to the cyber posted this thread titled a video the post included an idea of a lot.
Come on, Leon, damn. Like, what the fuck? Fuck off me.
South instead. Sub-Zero and Scorpion being brothers, cameos, and even the Tarkov plate. Commenters on the thread weren't sure what to think at first.
Damn.
Mind you, this was almost an entire year before Mortal Kombat 1 was even announced. Some called BS on the post, but in retrospect, the leaker was on the money with almost everything. Unfortunately, the leaker has since deleted their Reddit account, but the screenshots remain on the Finn's Twitter, which provides the leaker's explanation for every single thing. The post gained traction following the announcement and subsequent release of that. With some initial doubters returning to apologize. The identity of this heroic leaker remains unknown, but it's fair to assume that maybe he's an employee of Warner Brothers or even NetherRealm Studios. Whatever the case may be, this is by far the most infamous leak in Mortal Kombat history. Ebron is a bizarre character whose concept art can be found in the Deadly Alliance bonus content. Based on the description, this character's name is Prince Ebron. He led his rape of Ziegler who chanted the call, Viva Ziegler. It was put on Ed Boon's website 2 years prior, causing quite a stir. It says this was only a joke, adding that they would not add a Ziegler guy to the game. Right? Ed Boon has since clarified that this character will never be in Mortal Kombat. Pour one up for the Zebron fans out there. Rutu is a mysterious evil character found in the Mortal Kombat 9 Challenge Tower. He appears in Challenge 93, dubbed Clarity, and is an all-black fighter with glowing eyes and a demonic spirit. There's not much known about him, and he's probably just a throwaway character. And that concludes part 1 of this Mortal Kombat iceberg exploration. I have to say, it was fun researching these different topics. Some of them I had no previous knowledge about, and my appreciation for the MK Deception Conquest mode has grown immensely, because it felt like so many trivia topics revolved around it.
I enjoy watching the names that among the tombstones.
I know this is a departure from my usual tier list.
Nigga, face the thing!
It's possible that I left out some details, and to be honest, a few entries were difficult to find anything about. Please let me know if I got anything wrong or if this is something as soon as possible. And if you'd like to drop a request for an entry in the comments, I'll try to include that. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon.
Shit.
First time I won't do that either. The vocals know. Visitors figure it out now. Then Rainbow Cone Cypress. Get the donuts before they're gone.
Previously, on the Ultimate Mortal Kombat Iceberg Explode. Area password It's empty.
People of time in the club. Until recently,
Later on in this bizarre story, it was revealed that Electronic Gaming Monthly manufactured this fake character as an Aether boost. You can catch a glimpse of Scorpion playing Sonic the Hedgehog in chess. Prince Zebra. He led his race of Egypt to freedom as they chanted the call, Zebra Zebra. Otherwise, Red flew up as soon as possible. Welcome to part 2 of explaining the Ultimate Mortal Kombat picture. In the first part, we covered some fun, interesting, and weird topics as I continue to broaden my knowledge of the deep Mortal Kombat lore. With levels 1 through 4 complete, we proceed to levels 5 through 8, which get even more bizarre and obscure. So I hope you're ready. But before we get there, I have some wrongs to right and some amends to make. Because I'm a person who can admit when they've missed the mark on something. And on that note, you can unlock Scorpion and Sub-Zero using cheats, but nothing changed other than the character models. So I had to determine that was a lie. As pointed out by a few of you in the comments section, Sub-Zero and Scorpion each had their own unique moves in Shaolin Monks. So that was a blunder on my part. Also, I mentioned that you could unlock them using cheats, but you can also unlock them reviewing the story modes using Kung Lao and the Liu Kang, respectively. You may remember that in part 1, I had no response to mention named 50 Shades of Jade. Despite quite a bit of research on my end, I could not find anything regarding 50 Shades of Jade. Based on the name, it's probably something I can't show on YouTube anyway, so we move on. Thankfully, some of you in the comments section, including the creator of the iceberg, enlightened me on this topic. This comment by Eucalyptus Meehan summed it up perfectly. It may be a reference to how Jade has always had dark skin, but when MK Molded added Jade as a character, this being before MK11, instead of using MK9 Jade's model, they used design elements from concept art for remake for MKX, when she appears in the story, such as the design of her costume, as well as making her very pale with each Asian facial features, essentially painting remade green and calling her Jade. Nowadays, that model is still in the game, but Jade has received a lot of character cards that use her MK11 model, and some of her support cards were updated to show MK11 Jade instead of that old Jade model. In the entry titled Retcon, I mistakenly referred to Nightwolf's appearance in Aftermath as a retcon, questioning where the Revenant version last seen in the MKX ended up. However, despite just having played through the story expansion, I failed to remember and mention that the Revenant version does appear in the game. The version placed in the void alongside Fusion and Stone 5 Chronicle was likely taken to the timeline between the original Mortal Kombat and the Mortal Kombat 3. So overall, not a retcon. On that same entry, the other brief retcon I mentioned is interesting, but as pointed out by Euro, Cage's death in MK3 and subsequent resurrection does not qualify as a retcon. I'm pretty sure this correction has
I can't believe I just ran past that.
a good guy in MK2. Raiden's entire role was retconned in MK2, turning him from a bad guy into the leader of Earth. This comment by Hughes expands on that fact. He writes, I got the point of Raiden becoming a quote-unquote good guy in MK2 because of the gun his powers, establishing that he was your typical Greek god archetype of good and immoral while flexing their powers. He was humbled by the way he was beaten by Liu Kang. So you think this is much better. Then the slaughter of the power happened and it really changed things. Obviously, on the next part, Shang Tsung created Iceberg created total fact that this really started Deadpool is a result of the waste coming from the flesh. This waste manifests as acid, so it's possible Shang Tsung is making his appearance in this movie. Now that I've covered everything I must say about part 1, let's move into the remainder of the ultimate practice, which, once again, the well-thought argumentation courtesy of interview with Combat Guy 8. So for the second consecutive video, grab yourself a snack, a drink, and your favorite Mortal Kombat photo, and enjoy the Ultimate Mortal Kombat Iceberg Part 2. sorry. We are deep in the weeds of this iceberg. The visual representation for this level is the graphic reptile skin from before NetherRealm Studios ultimately went with Omni-Man for Mortal Kombat 1, the show of the Walking Dead series was in strong consideration. Interestingly, writer Robert Kirkman is responsible for creating both Invincible and The Walking Dead. The show would have been a fun addition, but her katana may have been too similar to Action. This entry refers to the intro of MK3, where Raven states the following: you have been chosen to represent Earth in Mortal Kombat. B1. Although your souls are against Shao Kahn's evil, your lives are not. I cannot interfere any longer, as your Earth is now ruled by the overworld gods. These are the words of Raiden. It was initially believed that Shao Kahn was the only god of Eldor, but this intro leads us to believe otherwise. In addition to this, the beat of notes states the outworld death god known as the Death God. The storyline of Blade has not circled back to the multiple gods of the world idea, but it remains a strong
Come on, Leon. Stay on point, nigga. Fuck.
You set him on pulse.
This mausoleum is surrounded by a massive terracotta army, which bears a strong influence from the underground army seen in Mortal Kombat 1. Quan Chi survived. Remember this epic battle during the MK Deception intro? How about this well-structured plan, orchestrated vibrations and a backtrack? This entry refers to Quan Chi surviving deception by creating a portal before the blast affected him. If that's not the case, then it's possible that he died and Shinnok resurrected him. Jagatai refers to a character that would have been referenced in MK Special Forces before it became what it is today. It's become common knowledge that John Tobias was responsible for much of the Mortal Kombat lore up until he left Midway in 1995. He has since been quite transparent about the thought process behind certain plotlines and backstory. He writes, in the original Special Forces story, a scientist/cult leader unearths the ancient tomb of a Mongolian warrior, Jagatai, who worships Shao Kahn. Jagatai attempted but failed to breach the dimensional gateway between Earth and the Elder, expected to release Shao Kahn. But where Jagatai's sorcerers used failed magic, the scientists created technology to disrupt the gateway. He needed a nuclear weapon to trigger the destruction. He hired the Black Dragon Steel, leading to their pursuit by Sonya/Jax and their special forces. In the end,
What was that saying for?
the special forces could have used as a part of their outworld investigation missions. They could have tricked, but used its travel to the world in the MK4 conflict. In real-world history, Jagatai was a descendant of Genghis Khan and ruled the Khanate in northwestern Asia for a bit. Maybe a vague implication on my part that our earthly Khans were somehow inspired by the Khan's welfare. I was reminded several months ago of the Special Forces Shao Kahn connection when I rediscovered an old script for the aborted version of the game. Dr. Rotwang. Dr. Rotwang is a Black Dragon-affiliated character who appeared in Cabal's MK9 arcade ending. It's revealed that Dr. Rotwang developed Kano's iconic laser eye and prepared Cabal's restorator.
Victory over Shao Kahn came with a heavy price. Cabal's restorator was badly damaged, and he could restore with her soon. Surely not. Shao Kahn and forced from him the identity of the son. Because he developed Kano's islands. Although was not easy to find, but he was more than a had people for the price. Now Cabal is better than he was before, stronger than that. He believes he will pay his man.
Chief sensitivity is so it immediately feels like it's open to the standard are this is the question location. This section where you stop for
Present for you.
However, this wasn't Dr. Roblin's only appearance. He also appears in the Mortal Kombat novel written by Jeff Grogan. It serves as a prequel to the events of the first game. In this story, Dr. Roblin is a German doctor once again responsible for implementing Kano's cybernetic eye. Also the doctor depicted in the MQ. In this storyline, he's responsible for creating the Cyber Lin Warriors, and again creates Kano's cybernetic eye in another episode. The character is potentially based on C.A. Rockland from the 1927 film Metropolis, where he's depicted as a brilliant scientist responsible for creating a female robot. He hasn't been seen since, but it's reasonable to think he's behind more than just Kano's eye, and perhaps Suha's chest laser, and maybe even Jax's arm enhancements. O-T-R-H. This one's pretty simple. Despite being one of the most recognizable characters in Mortal Kombat history, the animated Defenders of the Realm series does not feature Johnny Cage whatsoever. To take that one step further, he's not even so much mentioned in any of the 13 episodes. It's possible that this was a result of Johnny not being in MK3 or UMK3, but it's still weird that he essentially doesn't exist in this storyline. Draxon is a former Emperor of Outworld as depicted in the Mortal Kombat Malibu comic series. He appears in issue number 1 of the Raiden and Kano storyline. Nicknamed the Soul Snatcher, Draxon was a formidable force in Outworld and the wielder of the Ebon Rule weapon. With fellow Outworlder Kane at his right hand, Raiden tapped into Kane's noble side and orchestrated the betrayal of Draxon. Not understanding the full power of Ebon Rule, Kane used this weapon to defeat Draxon. As I mentioned in part 1, Draxon is one of many characters created specifically for the Malibu comic series so they can be killed off. Federation of Martial Arts. Mortal Kombat Federation of Martial Arts is a series developed in 2000 as an extension of the 95 film Mortal Kombat Conquest and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. It's described as a stock trading game where you buy stock in a specific fighter, and the value would increase or decrease depending on their performance in a scripted one-on-one fight.
Mortal Kombat, Federation of Martial Arts.
What the hell is that?
I hear you've been hanging out with Shang Tsung.
What you say about your future master?
format centered around two usually familiar Mortal Kombat characters fighting one another. Fights would almost always last 3 rounds, and each fighter's card values would adjust based on the outcome of each fight. It featured several actors from the original Threshold productions of Mortal Kombat, including Lynn Red Williams as Jax and John Mesler as Ermac. Each episode's runtime varied from less than a minute to 2.5 minutes, and honestly, it might be the worst production ever associated with Mortal Kombat, even worse than the live stage show. You can find Federation of Martial Arts footage on the Mortal Kombat Online YouTube page, and it's seriously terrible. Cashew is a swirl that can be seen scurrying around on the Mortal Kombat 1 main menu. You can also find this critter riding on a Roomba, wielding a chainsaw while wearing a hockey mask in the Invasions game mode. I can't believe I actually just said that. You can add this creature to your team by acquiring Cashew's automatic Shin Shredder talisman on your Invasions journey. And believe me, it's hilarious. Can we get Cashew as a cameo in this game, please? Unholy Alliance. Believe it or not, the Unholy Alliance is the name given to Shang Tsung and Quan Chi's partnership before 2002's Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. As I mentioned in Part 1, Shang Tsung and Quan Chi paired up in the Mortal Kombat Conquest TV series. This occurred in Episode 10 of Unholy Alliance, where the two sorcerers conspired to destroy Kung Lao and Earthrealm. The two ultimately betray each other before Shao Kahn tortures Shang Tsung for failing him once again. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi would find their way back to each other numerous times throughout the series. Most recently in the Mortal Kombat but it's often forgotten that the Deadly Alliance began as the Unholy Alliance in 1998. I'm assuming this refers to Shinnok's absence from the animated Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm TV show. Despite Quan Chi officially debuting for the first time ever in this movie, the fallen Elder God is surprisingly absent, and there is no mention of him, similar to Johnny Cage from earlier. We've mostly seen Quan Chi and Shinnok together in the series beginning in MK4 and in Anthologies, so it was weird that Shinnok did not appear whatsoever in Defenders of the Realm. This refers to a side mission in Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest mode, where Rain tasks Yujinko with tracking down an ancient Shokan dagger and returning it to him.
Yes, this is the Shokan dagger. Give it to me and I will be bored. Goro would be pleased to have it back, but I'd like to keep it for myself.
Although it seems like a throwaway moment, Rain's Armageddon design features a dagger on his base. This could very well be the same dagger from the previous game, and if so, that's incredible continuity. JND leaked MK12. This refers to a picture posted on Twitter by NetherRealm Studios employee Jonathan Anderson, also known as J. Andy, in January 2022. It doesn't look like anything crazy, right? We have an Injustice 2 poster and some Mortal Kombat memorabilia. But if you focus your attention on the desktop icons and this email on the right, they reveal some interesting details. If we enhance the desktop icons, we can see a file named MK12_MAST and...
Ooh, that was a close one, y'all.
Mortal Kombat 12 became Mortal Kombat 1 as the next installment in the franchise. Reptile is included in the game, and if you look all the way to the left, the word cameo is in plain view. Moving to the email, you can make up some words presumably by a co-worker named Christine, who writes about taking extra care of some material. J. Andy deleted this tweet shortly after it was posted, and the NRS never addressed the findings of passionate Mortal Kombat fans. MK1 would be officially announced on May 18, 2023, and the rest, as they say, is history. Argus survived.
This entry refers to Argus, the god and protector of Edenia, who had a cameo appearance in various games, but was most notably an NPC in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. He and his wife Delia were responsible for the birth of Armageddon main characters Dagon and Haven. As the story goes, Delia created the primary boss of Armageddon, Blaze, as a test to determine which of their two sons would become the new protector of Edenia. Now, it's believed that Dagon killed Argus after he prematurely awoke from an extended slumber. However, various character endings, including Rain and Bo' Rai Cho, indicate that Argus survived this attack.
The half-brother of Taven and Dagon, Rain, absorbed the power of Blaze and became a full god. I had not anticipated that the victor would be the son whose true identity I have hidden for so long. I bestowed the title of Protector of Edenia on him, but my pride in my son was misplaced. He uses his power to enslave Edenia, and now that I have ascended to Elder God status, I am
molding a weapon to suit your
Motor Combat. Motor Combat is a minigame in Mortal Kombat Armageddon that features 10 playable characters, including Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Melina, Cyrax, and more. Weirdly enough, hackers who dug deep into Armageddon discovered that the fan-favorite character Meat was planned to be playable in Motor Combat. You can see the character model in this image. Although Meat appears as a playable fighter in the game, he did not.
Alcatraz is out of control, imposing illegal tariffs that hurt our economy and denying disaster to California families. Now he's attempting an unprecedented power grab to steal congressional seats and rig the 2026 election, but who can stop it? Prop 50, the Election Rigging Response Act, warrants Trump's scheme. Prop 50 levels the playing field in the midterms and gives voters the power to check Trump. Defend democracy in all 50 states. Yes, on 50.
Performance, durability, affordability. Only one place does it all. Harbor Freight.
See how that feels, man. A fella like yourself should notice the difference right away.
I've waited minutes for this.
Molding a weapon to suit your specific needs. Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less. Anything else? Don't get yourself killed now.
He did not think the cut in with some unknown reason. MK2 Attract Mode Light Motif. MK2 Attract Mode Light Motif refers to this iconic scene. It's unquestionably one of the most memorable songs in Mortal Kombat history. But what if I told you that this motif in various scenes from MK11 and MK1? Like this part in the MK11 Soul Chamber.
I'm out.
This part in the Crown's Deception. This part in Sonic's Legacy. This part in the MK1 Summon the Titans theme. This part in the Invasion Pyramid Mesa. And lastly, this one, when I didn't sleep every night.
Level 6. This level features even more obscure topics, with the visual representation being reptiles' appearance in deadly events. Back in 1986, Argentina-based company Mayday Comics released 3 comics based on the Mortal Kombat series, specifically set during the events of MK3. These were never released in America, and only today, but you can find a translated English version thanks to Babylon 99 and Drax. The 3 comic story arc serves as a continuation after Sindel's resurrection, but takes the plot in a different direction. It features most of the characters that affect, such as Liu Kang, Shao Kahn, Shang Tsung, Sonya Blade, John Code, and even Kunkala. Although it's definitely not canon, there are some innovative ideas, including Shang Tsung teaming up with Kunkala and Shao Kahn. In my opinion, it's not something you need to go out of your way to read, but it's always interesting to see these obscure adaptations of the MK series. If you have some spare time, feel free to read them. All 3 issues are incredibly rare, so if you find them out there in the wild, I strongly advise them. It was subject to the Mortal Kombat 2 source code, which explicitly states that Johnny Cage is not worth firing. The reason given is that, quote, boss monsters have no balls. Right? It's also possible that since he's a they have been neutered. Oh, 7th Kami Dogu. The Kami Dogu are 6 artifacts, the essence of each realm and Mortal Kombat games. Earth Realm, Legend Realm, Chaos Realm, Outworld, Order Realm, and Adenium. The Kami Dogu became arguably the most important aspect of Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest mode. The Dragon King Onaga, acting as the spirit entity Damashi, guides Shujinko through uniting the 6 artifacts. But Onaga outright says that there's one last piece.
There you go.
Consciousness. This castle beyond the boundaries of death and return with the nature. They have. They do nothing. You have wasted your time. Nothing happened but I placed it all on the altar. If you have found the last piece, all its Buddha transported them to the elder gods. But the last piece is already outwardly conceptual and source.
In Deception, there is a space missing in the map, indicating that a 7th Dogu exists. Based on Onaga's words, the final piece is Shinnok's amulet, which at this time is in Quan Chi's possession. So this is the 7th Kami Dogu in this timeline. 10 years later, the Kami Dogu resurfaced in the Mortal Kombat X comic series. This time, the Kami Dogu artifacts are daggers used to invoke bloodlines. With Epic having such a crucial role in this storyline, there is chaos later revealed that there is a second. Another update in an ongoing story for they have arrived via the Chaos Range MK1 story. The Mega Protagonists the original content.
Fat boy, what's up, nigga?
When Elder is a minor character that is used in the Mortal Kombat protection aspect. The Rebel Chief with a quest that gives him the opportunity to join the White Lotus Society. However, he tells young Shujinko to return when he has chosen. Later in the game, when the Elder welcomes Shujinko into the White Lotus Society, and he is choosing to represent the Green Order. It's essentially a throwaway side mission character, but when the Elder was mentioned 10 years later in the MKX story mode,
Invading the Lucy. You left with it.
So apparently, Reptile's theme in MK11. Remember the epic Liu Kang vs. Reptile battle theme from the 95 film? The name of that song is Control by Tracy Lords, and it is synonymous with the incredibleness of the fight scene. This entry references the music from the Shaolin Trap Dungeon stage in MK11. If you make it to the third round, listen closely, because the beat and rhythm is a clear reference to the Liu vs. Reptile theme in the 95 film. Scrapped MK8 Mitch refers to plans for an 8th Mortal Kombat game before MK vs. PC. In an article published by Kotaku, Ed Boon was quoted as saying the original
Yo, are you kidding me?
very dark, serious, and gritty take on the scene. A back-to-basics reboot that was viewed as vibrant, saturated color. It was said to be heavily inspired by the look of Demon of War. Although it's unclear how far the development MK8 had progressed, images of Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Sonya Blade, Raiden, and Kano are available online from some Vincent, who actually worked for Midway and created these concepts. It would have been interesting to see where this reboot took the series. Thankfully, the reboot we all know now as MK9 arrived in 2020. This refers to a brief cutscene in Mortal Kombat X during Chapter 3, which centers around Kung Jin. While it can steal back a family heirloom for Raiden, these 6 portraits are visible on the wall. These portraits clearly reference Luke, Kung Lao, Johnny Cage's ancestor, the founder of the Gameplay clan, the Great Kung Lao, and Henson. It's heavily theorized that these are all former Mortal Kombat. We know that 2 of them were for sure. I think this was a fun little insert. And I appreciate that the developers provided context to Draco is and is Shao Kahn. This entry stems from Draco's memorable yet music gameplay for it. Where that came from. As depicted in this film, Draco walks through a portal, sits on a throne, and puts on Shao Kahn's iconic helmet before the scene ends abruptly. There was little explanation for this moment. strictly related to Shao Kahn is Reiko Shao Kahn himself. His MK4 ending on the Game Boy Color went more to the theme that Reiko is Shao Kahn. It reads as follows. With the battle over and only Reiko returns back to rule the South Realm. Once again as humans, he can continue the attack on Earth as he did when using the assault on the last We all know it was Shao Kahn who led the attack on Earth realm in Mortal Kombat. So the ending either indicates Reiko was the mastermind or really is Shao Kahn. People like Ed Boon have said Reiko hold the eyes. Shout out to Caplock99 for this screenshot. In this chat, Ed Boon says that Reiko's MK4 ending was meant to add an element of mystery to the character. He follows that up saying that Reiko is likely one of Shao Kahn's minions, while John Tobias, who worked primarily on the story, has said the intention was for Reiko to be Shao Kahn.
As far as characters go, one of my favorite characters, and I don't know where or what the inspiration was, Rico, or Raiko, depending on what you want to call him. What is his deal? I mean, you put Shao Kahn helmet on, then he becomes a general, but then people are like, well, maybe he is Shao Kahn, reincarnated, a younger version. The story's kind of like floated around. How did he actually come to be?
He was, actually, here, I don't know that I've talked about this. He was, my idea behind him was that he was Shao Kahn somehow reincarnated as a general. And so I thought that he would eventually re-become something. I don't know what that's with the character.
Mortal Kombat Deception later debunks this theory, proving that Reiko had a certain affinity for Shao Kahn's helmet and aspirations to become Emperor.
I've discovered that Reiko, formerly my most trusted general, has been entering my private chamber to wear my helmet. Find him and tell him he faces death if I find my possessions tampered with again.
I am Rico, General of Shao Kahn's army. What is it you wish to tell me? Oh, Shao Kahn knows about that? Tell him I will no longer enter his chamber or wear his helmet, but just between us, his helmet will belong to me in due time.
Unused MKT Human Smoke portrait. Human Smoke was included in Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and there is an unused character select portrait, which you can see here. I personally think this one is way better than the one they went with. Reptile's visual hallucinations. In Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, Reptile attempts to warn Shao Kahn of the Deadly Alliance's plot to assassinate him. Unfortunately, the vampirist Natara distracts him, allowing Quan Chi and Shang Tsung to carry out their plan. There's a bizarre segment in the Deadly Alliance conquest where Reptile hallucinates while working with Natara. Syzoth begins to attack her, thinking she is Shang Tsung and later Princess Natara. As a token of appreciation for enduring these hallucinations, Reptile declares Natara his new master. It's unclear what led to these hallucinations, but I suppose the most likely theory is that it was a result of Reptile's behavior, which I explained. Reptile later learned of Natara's betrayal and manipulation, with following her into the lava. Natara ultimately escaped, but this led to a naivete and a dragon-fruit spirit possessing Reptile. Level 7. Were the rumors of an MK Annihilation skin for Rain in MK11 true? Did Katana really take out Kenji's ancestors? Let's find out. The visual representation for Level 7 is Reptile from the MK 2021 movie. Foreshadowing. The overall show Force Comparison refers to a pair of characters who appeared in Mortal Kombat properties before the Drunken Master's debut. First up, we have Bo from the Malibu comic series. This character served as Johnny Cage's bodyguard, who intervened during a fight between Doyle and Cooper. He later defeats Deathstyle in the Mortal Kombat 2 edition, also by Malibu Comics. Apart from his name, I couldn't find any connection to Bo Raicho. Another character that foreshadowed Bo Raicho is Master Cho from the MK Conquest TV series. Master Cho appears only in one episode, fittingly called The Master. The story reveals Master Cho to be the trainer and mentor of sorcerer Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung ultimately betrays Master Cho and joins Shao Kahn. 4 centuries later, Master Cho returns to avenge his betrayal, only to lose a fight to Shang Tsung and another of his former students, Omega. But his fate is ultimately left unknown. These two characters could certainly be a coincidence, but it's fun to speculate that the inspiration for Master Cho started here. The Iceberg's creator assisted me with this one, which taught me about the mysterious WQ token and the entry deception crypt. Apparently, if you navigated the crypt in a very specific way, every packet is spelled the letters W and Q. I found older Mortal Kombat forums with insane theories, but the most popular one was that the Q stood for Where is God? As many Mortal Kombat fans know, a blast in the infinite have sent Shang Tsung and Quan Chi off the game's life. So naturally, the WQ coffin led many to believe that Quan Chi was a secret unlockable character. It was later confirmed that this was just a visual glitch, but it shows the power of Mortal Kombat's magical mystery and secrets hidden within the game. This refers to a bizarre track found on the PC version of Mortal Kombat 3. As explained by Reddit user SFSDFD, the CD had 40 seconds. Track 1 contained data, whereas tracks 2 through 46 contained background music. Track 47, however, contained a very specific. Upon investigation, it was discovered that this was the poem titled Here's the Ghost of the Lost One, written by Lewis. The origin of this conclusion of conversion to answer, but here's a list. And the song is also inspired the viewers. It's likely to visit the opposite screen, where the cat will receive like an orchid girl. Mortal Kombat film. Ah, yes. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. You beautiful. It's no secret that this film was based primarily on Mortal Kombat 3, with the inclusion of such characters like Marina, Rain, Ermac, Jade, and whatever this thing is. Oh yeah, the Cyber Ninjas were also in the film, and were arguably some of the best parts, at least aesthetically, but only Cyrax and Smoke made the cut, weirdly enough. Sektor's absence from the film made little sense, considering he is the catch-up to Cyrax's mustard. But did you know Sektor was included in the very first draft of the script? In fact, Sektor's name appears 15 times in the story. He was supposed to fight Liu Kang earlier in the film in place of Smoke, showcasing his flamethrower and missile. Sub-Zero would have joined the fight much earlier, and instead of freezing the missile that ends the fight, Liu Kang instead would have jammed the missile into Sektor's chest before pressing the fire button, causing it to explode. The rest of the fight was mostly the same, but the end product sadly omitted Sektor from the film entirely. Before moving on, let me know your honest thoughts about Mortal Kombat Annihilation in the comments section. I think it's terrible, but I still enjoy watching it to this very day. Kano was supposed to die in Deadly Alliance. In Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, it's revealed that Kano survives his encounter with Sonya in MK3. However, Deadly Alliance was supposed to be the end of the road for the Aussies. Rival Red Dragon member Mavado made a deal with the Deadly Alliance that would give him the chance to fight Kano in exchange for killing Kenji. This fight played out in Mavado's arcade ending, depicting him kicking Kano off of a platform, presumably in Quan Chi's fortune.
Are you kidding me? Cheating ass game, man. Are you kidding me?
It's up. CrossFit, slots act, puts our elections back on level playing field, protects independent redistricting, and 50 gives power to the people, not politicians. Stop some power grab, then checks and balances. Yes, I'm right. Yes, the friend.
Man.
It's a big galaxy out there.
Almost there. Ashley, I'm coming.
Information about
On the same stage in Deception, there are lasers beneath the platform that will help you into. Although the Deadly Alliance version didn't feature these lasers, based on Kano's appearance in the Mortal Kombat Armageddon Conquest mode, it's safe to assume that Kano either survived this fall or him falling off the platform was not canon. This looks pretty odd if it is what I think it is. Michael Dorn is an actor most famous for his portrayal of the Klingon War in Star Trek Next Generation. He's had several other movie and TV roles over the years, but this involved him as a character named the Warrior. This character was explicitly created as a part of a quote-unquote meta series project that would connect 4 TV series into one cohesive story. What are the shows you ask? Well, there was the Wing Commander Academy, Savage Dragon, Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, and none other than the Street Fighter animated series. Yes, the much desired crossover between Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter happened decades ago, but not the way you expect. Based on my research, this crossover was never formally announced. The Warrior King character, once again voiced by Michael Dorn, appeared prominently in the Street Fighter series, but his appearance in Defenders of the Realm is much more brief and not seen. The storyline centered around a war that the Space Viking chased through the 4 parts. Once the Wing Commander episode ended, the Warrior King was never seen again. Mortal Kombat Next Gen is a title that came to life back in September 2021 via an NVIDIA leak. The name Mortal Kombat Next Gen appeared alongside Mortal Kombat 12 and Roman numerals, doing something called Injustice 3 Gods Will Fall. Based on a recent report, Injustice 3 would have been the next game before NRS pivoted to Mortal Kombat 1. That checks the MK12 box, since it's the 12th game in the series, but as for Mortal this is truly a spot. Just for reference, some other games included in this league have actually been announced and released, such as Helldivers 3, Gears of War 6, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Grand Theft Auto Remasters, Tekken 8, and more. My personal theory is that based on recent evidence, this could be the HD classic Mortal Kombat.
Let's go. This nigga still didn't die.
So maybe there's still a chance to get what's proved that anything next gen Katana killed some of Kenshi's ancestors. It refers to 2 specific pre-fight threats, Katana and Kenshi. MKX
probably killed some of them.
and MK1. For Battle of Line Swordfish.
We watched the first Top 100.
It's unclear which ancestor he encountered,
But since I believe it, could this be one of them? This may reference a specific theory that Cole Young's character is that's the truth. I couldn't find what details and stuff like that. Asked to play and a legacy spin-off just called Mortal Kombat X Generation. This show would take place before the events of the MKX, but it never saw the light. Here are all some screenshots of Lewis Chan in costumes on the furniture. If I had to guess, perhaps there is a theory that Cole Young is comes in the film, but I couldn't find anything concrete. During the MK30 celebration for Mortal Kombat's 30th anniversary, everyone wanted to see with a video and subtitles. This is the approach to the difference between the two particular RPGs commemorating the series. Yes, believe it or not, upon close inspection, these two images are slightly different. Here are just a few that I noticed, and let me know if you missed them. This one features MK9 Johnny Cage, whereas this one has the Johnny Cage friendship arc. Whereas this one does. This one features the infamous scene where Shang Tsung snaps Liu neck, beside Quan Chi performs his leg beats out fatality. Whereas this one has Scorpion and Shang Tsung standing beside Shinnok's hand. This one features an ode to the Armageddon intro, where Stryker punches Molina in the face, whereas this one has what looks like Liu Kang punching Onaga. This one has Goro, Shinnok, and Liu Kang, whereas this one only has who I think it's Shinnok. This one has the entirety of the beard of August, whereas this one has Blaze and Copper. The nose on this one is a skeletal hand, whereas this one is meat. This one has Sub-Zero of Glitterating Jade, whereas this one has Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. This one has Baraka attacking the character I can't quite make out, whereas this one just has Soloist. I may have missed a few differences, but there's no denying that both are tasteful and honoring the series. Pretty sure this refers to a pair of Valspec skins shown in MK11 story mode that never made it into the game. They appeared in an early build of MK11, and the two I found were beautiful, which you can see in the Arms chapter. Much like the true UMK3 Scorpion in the trailer, Lucy suffered a similar fate. Back in September 2020, a rumored Rain skin based on his appearance in Mortal Kombat Annihilation was discovered in the MK11 files. Data miner The Finny was one of various sources who indicated that this skin would be coming to the game, and given that information arrived alongside the 1995 movie skins, it seemed legitimate. The files included the name Rain followed by T-W. The running theory was that T-W stood for Tyrone Wiggins. Unfortunately, that skin never materialized, but with the recent inclusion of the 95 ninjas in MK1, hopefully there's still a chance. As far as Rain TW is concerned, I couldn't find any conclusive evidence as to what this ended up meaning. Level 8. It's been quite the journey, but we have finally arrived at the last level. This one features the most obscure trivia in this entire iceberg. The visual representation for the final levels is a character named Tiamat, whose concept art appears in Deadly Line, and many features were later incorporated into Reptile's design. The expulsion theory. This theory revolves around the idea that all other realms originated from Edenia. It's no secret that the biblical Garden of Eden inspired the name Edenia, and the parallel to helped inspire the Edenian expulsion theory. Since Edenians are direct descendants of the gods, it's theorized that native Edenians were banished from their realms and separated into different realms, similar to how Adam and Eve were banished from the Garden of Eden. This idea explains the presence.
Ooh, this was a tough chapter.
It also explains the importance of the Edenian incantation,
With Heaven's influenced the Kami-Gogu and provided a method to transport Onaga back into his original body. Sandel's MK Deception ending references these incantations.
You see, we are all connected through the holy body. And now your flesh and bones, your very thoughts, are already one. Bullshit. Why do you reject serenity when you'd only accept the sacred gift? Southern! Ah, yes, the time has come. All these lambs enjoin our covenant. All blessings unto him and the sweet mercy they bring. Exalt all and let it be done. Leon! Go!
Thank you, Ada. Thank you.
Ashley. Damn it. Laboratory B. Looks like it's this way. The hell?
Ooh, that's creepy. That's some supernatural shit.
Higher soul. In this version, Titan
Causing Leon to have all these
whereas when the game
illusions.
released worldwide, Titan Havoc had white people. It's unclear how or what.
Still you resist, child.
These HQ if they went with us, more suited to the original Havoc design. And Nightmares was alive.
God damn it.
Horrifying story that I've
Come on, Leon. You got
Based
this.
on Scorpion's explanation, there could be a connection between Nightwolf and the Trail of Tears. Realm Okenet and Sonya's MK11 and the Realm Okenet is a bizarre realm
This time, it has to be different.
You go first.
No way. Like I told you, I'm gonna get you home safe. Here goes nothing.
Welcome in. Parasites.
Essentially to mislead data. The most notable example comes from a video published by reliable data miner DigitalOcean. In a video posted on his channel on November 13th, the game files indicated Scarlet, Nightwolf, Shiva, Total, Jarek, Cobra, and even a cyber version of Cabal, which I'm not going to lie, sounds incredible, would be in the game. Characters like Jarek and Cobra are notoriously hated, so NetherRealm may have included this in control. Despite their best efforts, the World expansion alongside Combat Pack 2 leaked shortly after the game launched worldwide.
Smoke break.
I wouldn't be against a cyberized version of Cabal. Some clip recently from the secret. This entry stemmed from the Bow Ride. Ueshiba. He founded the Aikido
For y'all who don't
fighting
see this,
style. A line of text explains that Ueshiba formed in the Black Dragon, which explains why Kano utilized the Aikido fighting style in the game. Although some comments I found explain that none of Kano's moves are based on this martial arts discipline. Stan Luth is the fictitious Mortal Kombat janitor that cleans all of the blood off of the battle arena. Employed by Shao Kahn beginning in 8000 BC, Stan Luth got the job by simply asking the Emperor of Outworld, who proceeded to put him in a fight against an 8-armed beast. This fake interview, published in the November 1995 issue of the Video Games magazine, provides insight into the life of Stan Luth. He explains his role of cleaning all sorts of body parts and mopping blood. Apparently, Shao Kahn decided to use a white carpet at one point, a decision the janitor did not appreciate. Stan Luth is over 10,000 years old and was quite upset to not be included on the Mortal Kombat 1 roster. He did not make the trek to Earthrealm for the plot of Mortal Kombat 3, so he's been standing idly by, waiting for more messes to clean. I also noticed that the magazine spells Khan incorrectly.
Can we stand?
Although that concludes the iceberg, a few commenters reached out looking for me to mention some other bits of Mortal Kombat trivia. So, while these don't fit into the overall iceberg, we'll call these honorable mentions. X-Ray 81 requested this entry. Thorfinn is a...
Keep this up, I'll be out of a job.
So, all of this, removing the parasites, this was Luis.
Yeah, we're alive. Thanks to him. Not the most uncomfortable place I've slept before.
Here's a future game. We don't know yet.
Thinking that Las Plagas
Cypress Beyblade requested this entry.
powerful
Java
by a weapon, their true value lies in
is
their
a playable version of the game on Java phone. It's a primitive version of the game, but it actually looks pretty decent. Some interesting notes about this version is that the roster depended on your phone's storage capacity. The playable characters included Scorpion, Sub-Zero,
That's deep.
Liu Kang,
Cyrax,
Controlling just
and
one
Shao
insider
Kahn.
can
You had to
bring
choose whether
an
you wanted to
entire
hear the game's sound
organization
effects or music, as you couldn't have both. Also, according to one of the devs who worked on the game, the Graveyard stage featured your mom jokes written in Polish, since the developing company Playsoft is based in Poland. Queen requested this feature. This refers to one of the many bizarre lines of dialogue in the Chaos Realm within the Mortal Kombat Defensive
loyal servants at his single command. There will be no opposition, no war. That's what it seemed like. Maybe for this first time in
And that's
the
that.
history
The
of the world.
ultimate Mortal Kombat Iceberg explained.
That sounds so subjective.
This was an insane undertaking, and although it wasn't a tier list, I'm glad people enjoyed it. If nothing else, I think we've all learned that this franchise that dates back several decades has an incredibly extensive lore beneath the surface. I genuinely enjoyed the process of learning and researching each and every one of these topics. But this would not have been possible without the help of Combat Guy 8. Not only did he create this iceberg, but he also helped me with many of the entries along the way. I also want to shout out and thank anyone whose clips I used in this video, as they were crucial in this process. I hope you enjoyed this iceberg explanation, and if I missed anything or misspoke on any of the entries, please let me know in the comments. I'm always open to video ideas and suggestions, so be sure to drop those in the comments. And if you want, like the video and subscribe to my channel.
Excuse me, we used
As always, until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon.
Someone had a field day looting the Umbrella Labs.
I'm so excited that Waymo is bringing safety to the streets in a way that we don't have to feel afraid to access that freedom.
Mortal Kombat's long-running storyline has definitely had its ups and downs. From the simplicity of conveying crucial plot lines using text-based screens to the more immersive games of the 3D era, you could say it's been a mixed bag. However, in 2011, everything changed as the franchise would enter what many refer to as the NRS era. The acronym NRS, of course, represented NetherRealm Studios. This partly beloved and partly controversial period began with a reboot of the ages through the most recent game, Mortal Kombat 1. And I know what you're thinking. How could a reboot be called Mortal Kombat and the most recent game be called Mortal Kombat 1? Quite frankly, I don't have an answer. But what I do have is a complete recap, analysis, and ranking of every NRS era game, including Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11, and Mortal Kombat 1, with full DLC expansions. After assessing these sometimes great and other times controversial stories, I will assign them a grade between S, which is the best, and B, which is the worst, on this tier.
Right? You sure you're okay?
Never been better.
Good. helped us. Do you think she's alright?
Oh, I'm sure she's fine. She's not the type to roll over that easy.
Sounds like you know her well.
Ashley!
It ain't that easy.
As Raiden notices that his amulet is broken and recalls the phrase, exactly what they did.
Sadler's the biggest hypocrite ever.
They lead me to believe that you are all connected to Earthrealm's fate.
Sadler's the biggest hypocrite ever.
In my visions, Shao Kahn becomes invincible. He destroys all life in Earthrealm. We will all die.
We are introduced to a human version of Cyrax who begins to question the Lin Kuei's cyber initiative. Liu Kang fights his way through the tournament, defeating Herm, Hana, Scorpius, Quan Chi, Goro, and finally the sorcerer Shang Tsung to win the tournament.
Welcome. What can I interest you in?
Despite the win, Raiden's amulet remains cracked, signaling trouble and uncertainty about who the he and boss is referring to. Following his defeat, Shang Tsung begs to upfront for another chance and proposes a second term. If Earthrealm wins this time, Han leaves for good. If not, he can begin to merge Earthrealm and
penny.
Emperor has operated in tournament. I see no reason to participate in any plan of yours.
I'll give that the care it deserves.
To replace the current.
There you are, as you wish.
Hell outward. If Earthrealm does not win, outward will absorb it. If Earthrealm wins, Shao Kahn will abandon his claim.
Life needs care every once in a while. Could be the difference between life
Hear
and
me,
death.
Elder Gods. I accept the terms
See how
proposed
that
by
feels,
Shao Kahn.
A fellow like yourself should notice the difference right away.
Going to outward.
This arc follows Jax, Smoke, Kuai Liang, Katana, Jade, and Kungla. Sonya is taken captive by the Elbow Force, only to be later rescued by Jax, Johnny Cage, and Raiden. We then see Smoke and Kuai Liang. The latter of which decides to drop his previous codename of Tundra and take up the Sub-Zero mantle.
Let us proceed.
Better to be
Smoke encounters a sticky situation in the living forest.
Might want to take care of any leftover
He's
errands
nearly
before
taken
going
captive
this
until
way.
Raiden intervenes, preventing Smoke's cyberization. Kuai Liang later battles Cyrax, learns of his brother's fate, and defeats Scorpion, only to be captured by the Cyber.
Leon, look! Is that...
Ada. He thinks he's gonna lure me out. Stay here. I won't be long.
Okay.
Ada!
Sadler!
Here I go. I'm about to fight Sadler.
Number 3 is during the events of
Thanks for the sermon, Father. No, I'm gonna have to ask for forgiveness when this is all over. Because I'm about to kill.
You don't scare me, sadly.
Stay here. I won't be long.
Such blasphemous desecration! Such unforgivable heresy! Yet, is it not the sinner who is in most need of salvation? Nail before your father first child shall bless you once more with the holy ceremony. The stars of this world are without number. Shall be your heart. The blood on their hands. Even now. The people of this world shall become one through the holy body. All nations, religions, with one will and one God, we shall witness the coming of a paradise free of destruction. I hear the voices. Their voices, those more. Those who died for the like the flowing river, the voices of my flock. Yes, come. Where is glasses? Shouldn't raise until my cup overflows. You must be taught. Not disobey your father.
Stay here. I won't be long.
Such blasphemous desecration! Such unforgivable heresy! Yet, is it not the sinner who is in most need of salvation? Hostile, and he shall bless you once more.
Stay here. I won't be...
Such blasphemous desecration! Such unforgivable heresy! Yet, is it not the sinner who is in most need of salvation?
Stay here. I won't be long.
Such blasphemous desecration! Such unforgivable heresy! Yet, is it not the sinner whose need of salvation?
Stay here. I won't be long.
Okay.
Who is in most need of salvation. Hostile and helpless you once more. The sorrows of this world are without number. Study your heart and knowledge to be true. It's a spoil, different. Frustrated, the blood on their hands. Even now. With one will and one God, we shall win. It's the coming of a paradise, free of misfortune. Your hatred, your grief, your agony. Like a baby, the subjects of my kingdom used to bow in tranquility. I hear their voices. Those martyrs who died for the faith. Like a flowing river, the voices of my flock. Child, do not disobey your father. You must be taught.
Stay here. I won't be...
Such blasphemous desecration, such unforgivable heresy. Yet, is it not the sinner who is in most need of salvation? Live for the fall of lifestyle, and you shall receive once more with the hope.
Sermon, Father. You know, I'm gonna have to ask for forgiveness when this is all over. Because I'm about to kill.
I hear the voices. I hear their voices. Those martyrs who died for the faith. Of my flock. Yes,
sweat. Welcome. Thank you. Not my place to say, really, but sometimes things are more interesting if you keep a level playing field, don't you find? Your weapons are in good hands, mate. I'll see you right. Ruby's all rubbish. It makes no difference. The price, well, that's our choice to make. Molding a weapon to suit your specific needs. Oh, it's a thing of beauty, isn't it? Try that on for size. We're starting to get an idea of your tastes, friend. You'll get some bang for your buck, I guarantee it. I don't always have this in stock, stranger. Stocking up while you can. Wise. Will that be all, then? Might want to take care of any leftover errands before going this way. Be ashamed to live the rest of your life wondering, what if? Am I right?
Stay here. I won't be long.
Okay.
Such blasphemous desecration! Such unforgivable heresy! Yet, is anger a sinner who is in most need of salvation? Nail the vile, foolish child, and he shall bless you once more. The holy one
makes it a more nuts
I beat Sadler.
storylines the writers need to wrap up, amend, and push forward.
Oh, I thought I did.
That's
Oh, I thought I
I'm getting sick of your shit. Finally, a look that suits you, Sadler. A monster in and out. Still, I need to cut this date short. It's not me. It's you.
Years after the release of MK11 and 3 following Aftermath, the latest installments of a 30-plus year franchise arrived. The teasers leading up to this game were ambiguous, making fans question whether this would be a sequel to MK11 or a reboot. It turns out it would be both. On May 23, NetherRealm released a trailer for Mortal Kombat 1. Yes, we can no longer talk about the first Mortal Kombat. And now it works with
Come on, come on.
Combat, as some have abbreviated it, they called it just raw. That's what they called it. And I hope they're true of calling it crazy. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. Remember the MK11 Aftermath ending we just discussed a few minutes ago? What's the very step of the franchise? Liu Kang's new era. Except all the characters are past. In fact, there's a single new character here, but many of them have stories either slightly or drastically changed. For example, Hanzo Hasashi is a child in the Smash, while BI-HAN is back with the Sub-Zero and finally his story. You heard that right. Both are the The big problem is that we handcrafted this. You know what? I got the piece of stuff.
I'll give you a holy body.
I'll give you a whole body. Ugh.
Ida, what the hell are you doing?
Nothing personal, Leon. Luis and I had an arrangement. Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. Bride's here. You coming?
Watch when you see this, D.
This is where we go our separate ways.
Watch when you see this, D.
The story begins in Outworld. Shang Tsung is now a fraud, selling fake cures until he's exposed by a grieving father. His
Better get a move on.
The humiliated down on his luck former sorcerer is approached by a mysterious woman, referred to as the Mother, who offers him real power. He is heading his dark ambitions.
Until next time, Leon.
Meanwhile, in Earthrealm, Hunlao and Raiden, living as farmers, are forced into action when they explore ancient Earthrealm, everyone's favorite. In the fight, race treat their hearts as formidable fighters, taking down the Lin Kuei in what was a bigger test orchestrated by Liu Kang. The man himself arrives and explains the Mortal Kombat tactic and how it draws near, hitting Earthrealm against Outworld. Liu Kang then invites them to the Zuchi Academy, where they will finish their training. Johnny Cage, struggling with a declining career, is in a bad state after a failed adventure movie. His wife leaves, and he's confronted by Kenshi Takagi, a provocative gangster who reveals his connection to the Lost Pirate clan. Liu Kang then arrives alongside the Lin Kuei to recruit these two as Earthrealm champions.
What action? Good evening, Dr. King.
We're not out of
I
here yet.
am Lucas, protector of Maybe enter.
Back at the UC Academy, Raiden earns the title of Earthbound Champion through defeating his fellow warriors. We then see the Outlaw for the tournament, where we meet the various inhabitants of this realm, including Queen Sibel and Princess Jean. And the two are actually on good terms. Raiden receives his Earthbound Champion in all structures, including Katana and General Jeff, the newest version of Gal. After receiving word from Beerus about Shang Tsung's build, Kenshi, Kung Lao, and Johnny are sent to investigate his dark experiments on Tarkana. We then learn that Melina is a victim of a disease called Tarkana, which gives her the iconic and blind aggression. The group confronts Shang Tsung, realizing that he is treating Melina, and Kenshi blinded by Melina during this attack. Katana later arrived, followed by Fox, the latter of which lies about Liu Kang's quest to conquer Elden. Fox reveals that he and Shang Tsung are working with the same background, Chaos. After the Earthbounders are chasing them, the group escapes with the help of their jailer, Simon. His apparent shapeshifter and slave, who holds his mission now. They seek death, and the Red Bears where they meet Asura, who can't see the adventure. Who wails at the function and the plans to front the run. The unlike group is punishing Kara, that one wants to before it comes to life. Asha then defeats her, leaving the soul bound within Arthur's heart, with March defeated and all seemingly covered. If it comes to her, meanwhile, she's on the horse to his mysterious benefactor, previously raised from Haji, but we now know it's wrong. With doing his bonus to Jordan Thomas to receive the red blood, Anna Sunday, Sybil, Sizer, Punk, Eggbombs, and Asha escape with the depression. It's Scottish and aided by Rangers, as General Shao's force Body, Asha, and Kung assist him in escaping through a portal tunnel. They prepare the formation of the group family around. Punch and Shang Tsung once again.
Lady guys. Lady guys.
You alright?
Liu Kang consulted years, suspecting a survivor from the previous behind all of his madness.
What a journey. Gotta take a hit on that one. What a journey.
Mission accomplished, right?
Mission accomplished. When you're home safe.
Thank you for saving me.
Don't mention it.
You know, I could put in a word with my dad. Have you assigned to my detail, if you're interested.
You don't need me. You proved you could handle yourself.
Mortal Kombat.
Even if you could use a lesson in knife safety. Come on. Let's go home.
Condor 1? Roost to Condor 1, do you read me? Come in. I said come in. Is this thing even on? Leon! Leon, are you and Ashley all right? Where are you? Come on!
restarted history.
Restarted.
Prior timeline. Monica gave Shang Tsung one key mastery of the most running. Child of a general against Shang Tsung one key. Use it, but his ruthless wife who will do anything to preserve the country. But I will find out that what understand. I found so in this time, the sorcerers would not gain their double powers. Shao would be your loyal son. And you would rule the Eggman's firmly.
Despite his power, Liu Kang reveals he gave up the vengeance of God. General Shao's forces arrived during the holiday, with the generals still wielding swords. After Sindel overcomes Nitara, Draco, Rain, and finally General Shao's forces are defeated, and Liu Kang retrieves the army, freeing prisoners. Liu Kang appeals to Sindel for help in saving it. Melina leads the forces of Algol and Acheron toward the Deadly Alliance fortress to defeat Shang-Tsung and Quan. During his defeat, Arnold overpowers Melina's overtime. Melina is quick to defeat him and save him. However, in a significant plot twist, although King Jarrett of Algol takes control of Shang's body, he enjoys an emotional reunion with his family before joining Algol and Earthrealm's forces. Under the guise of defections, Melina pretends to join the Earthrealm, allowing the others to infiltrate. They encounter the new era Shang Tsung, who reveals the benefactor clone of it. But it's not a clone of it. It's actually Titan Shang Tsung from one of the
Patch me through. I've obtained the amber.
Excellent.
Just one question. What are you planning to do with this?
I do not pay you to ask questions. All you need to know is a new dawn is breaking. 100 will give their lives so that just one may live. I am expediting that change.
So, we're talking millions of casualties.
Billions.
How ambitious. We're changing course, now.
I remember those lost in the dark, the bullet or the blade that kept us apart. But I've been moving on, can't be still for long, 'cause it's the only way. Never ache for a place called home, can't hold on so tight, gotta let it all go. I have a purpose, it's all that I need, to help me find my way every day. Keep your eyes on the road ahead. Don't be drawn into the light or the shadows in your head. Keep your eyes on the road ahead and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back, 'cause I got a feeling in my bones that everything's gonna be fine. Yeah. Don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. I fought a war and I learned how to win. But how do you fight when the enemy's within? Find your pride, go deeper inside, for the fire that will light your way. The ones you trust can one day betray. You're the hunter and then you're the prey. You pay the cost, it all feels lost. Then you hear a voice inside you say, keep your eyes on the road ahead. Don't be drawn into the light or the shadows in your head. Keep your eyes on the road ahead and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. Keep your eyes on the road ahead. Don't be drawn into the light or the shadows in your head. Keep your eyes on the road ahead and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back, 'cause I got a feeling in my bones that everything's gonna be fine. Yeah. Don't ever look back. Don't ever look back.
Good work.
I beat Sadler.
characters, like Johnny's status as a funny yet family actor, Kenshi as a former Yakuza member who went AWOL, the dynamics between Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
I'm about to play MK.